All women want 10s, even the 2s, which of course in modern dating is going to make a lot of things off, aren't they?
Whatever it is that women like, I ain't got it. I chased after enough girls in my life. I went to enough dances.
It's like if you're an average looking man, you're kind of effed, aren't you? Because average and below average women, well, they might think you're ugly.
So the problem that men are having with women is that there are women who are 6s and they're trying to land men who are 10s.
Exactly.
And so you have this huge population of women going for this teeny, tiny population of men.
Exactly.
So what I would recommend to women is to really get real about your level.
Yeah, it sounds nice and it sounds cute, doesn't it? Sounds pretty, but it's not reality.
Nope.
Is it? You see, a lot of women are struggling, complaining that the men they like don't really like them. The men they really want don't really want them. The men that they fawn over and chase and pursue just treat them like crap and don't make them feel special at all.
Crispy.
But of course, why not? Do you know when you see so many women on the internet with the exact same story?
Why?
About men, their boyfriends, hookup situationships, whatever? Yeah, they're all the same story. Well, it would be. They're all banging the same men.
Damn right.
Level, right? Like, don't lower your standards. Just get real about where you measure up. So if you can look in the mirror and be like, okay, you know what? I'm a solid 6, maybe 7, right? So then find other 6s and 7s.
But that's the problem, especially with the modern woman. They believe they are all 10s.
Even the ugliest.
And their friends don't help, their ugly friends as well. Tell them, yo, you're a 10. Oh my God, girl, you're a 10. Really, she's not. Really, she's not. Nowhere near it. So I get your point. But too many women are too delusional to understand. You are nowhere near a 10.
There are so many. Right, the problem is people are cutting off their odds of meeting people because they're trying to date in this tiny window of people who aren't really for you. They're just not for you. And then you end up hurt and you end up pining over these people that look like celebrities and they don't really treat you well because they don't have to work for anything.
But you see, none of that matters. You see, the power good-looking men have over women is that's all they need to be. Yeah. He doesn't need to be a decent dude. He doesn't need to be great, kind, friendly. He doesn't even need to give her good sex.
2 minutes, stop.
Roger that.
No. Does he look good? Does he look good? Women are the first ones to say men think with their penises. Well, it's shocking the amount of women that think with their waps.
Shrimp tacos.
That's all I've got.
Isn't it?
You're a beautiful man.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Let's mute it. And, for example, here we have a woman thinking with her wap. Yeah? Woman and her man, don't know if it's her husband or boyfriend, it doesn't even matter.
Bruh.
Doesn't matter. Where's she looking? Oh, looking at these two hunky, taller men.
Mary! Nurse!
Walking around topless in shorts. Yeah, and look at her face. My God, look at her face. You can see how soaked the street is behind her, but seriously. An observation. How many relationships are like this right now? A woman would settle for a man. He probably pays the bills, jumps through hoops for her, would do anything for her.
I love her.
Indeed, but he's not these men, is he? He's not one of these tall, muscular, handsome, as women would call him, beautiful men, is he? No. He's a runner-up. I know I talk about sex a lot, and I talk about women's sexual nature a lot. And the reason I do so is because a lot of men think it's tame.
Nope.
And a woman's sexual nature is anything but tame. It's anything but effing tame. But the sad reality is, for most men, if you don't look like one of these men here, you'll never see her face looking this like glazy-eyed, lost, turned on. Calm down, woman.
In this tiny window.
80% of women clamoring for the small few amount of men.
Single.
I just saw the hottest man I think I've ever seen in my entire life running at 7:30 p.m. on the Strand in Manhattan Beach, and it's a good thing I didn't say anything to him because I think I would have had to cover my eyes if I had to talk to him. To be honest, I don't even think I would date this man because he was so good looking that it would be a liability. Like, who wouldn't be after? I don't want to deal with that.
Okay.
Proper garden tool.
And the common story again. She wouldn't date him because he's too hot. He's too hot. Not too hot to date, no. She's worried about competition.
I don't want to deal with that.
Other women. Because other women are going to be throwing themselves at him. Which, of course, if most women want the hot men, of course they're going to compete. Of course, they're going to compete. You see, this is why that whole medium ugly trend is such a ridiculous trend a lot of women are doing now. It's quite insulting for a lot of men. But the reason a lot of these women are so egotistical is because men who are 10s, a lot of them are running through a lot of women. So these women believe that that is their level, that they can always get a 10. When the reality is, no, woman, you're easy to a 10. You're easy whap. You're nothing special. A man's still a man. Even an extremely good-looking man. He's still a man.
There's no way he wasn't famous for looking like that. So I'm going to describe him to you. TikTok, if you want to do your thing. Perfect body, tan, blue eyes, dark brown, longish, not long hair. He had a mustache, but not in a porn stash way, in the like ugly hot way, but not ugly at all. So anyways, if anyone knows a social media, he's got to be like a fitness something, athlete something. No one has single digit body fat like that for no reason. He had a mustache.
If you think you've seen everything Hinge has to offer, at least in your city, I just unlocked a whole new league of men on my personal Hinge account using this hack that has gone viral multiple times. Original hack in my iconic best-selling Hinge hacks guide, which you can snag from the top of my page. We're just pushing it even further. X out your standouts. You're gonna start to look a little bit questionable the next.
Okay, using this woman as an example. Here we have a woman. Now, a lot would say this is an average looking woman. Okay, looking for hot guys, looking for 10s on dating apps. A main point to why modern dating is so BS. Trash already, trash! Because if all the average women on there are looking for hot men, what are the average men going to be left with?
Scraps.
Nothing. It's so odd in this world now that women act as if average men aren't even decent men.
Why?
Well, that's because their ego and their heads have been so inflated. They think that when they're clearly a 6 or even a 5,
More than a common woman.
that no, it's a 10. It's a 10. And her friend will double down and tell her, you look a bit, yeah, but you're a 10.
Next day, X them out again. Do this cycle like 3 to 5 times. The level of men you're gonna see after repeating the standout cycle multiple times. I thought I was seeing some pretty cute guys before, but now they're not only cute, but they're very successful, intelligent, tall, which if you have ever been to Boston, you know that where I've never seen these.
And tall, a correlation with damn near every woman you've seen in this video.
Tall, which if.
But the sweet thing about all these women is, I don't know if they think that all these 10 men are in a huge abundance, and it's like, no, they're not. So she's giving advice to other women that are going to be competing for the same men she's competing for.
Tall, which if.
Then women wonder why they can't find a man, because they're all looking for a super hot man, when they're all battling and clamoring and fighting for the same very small amount of men.
I don't deal with that.
So when rough-looking chicks think they deserve a man who looks like a Prince Charming, yeah, you can understand why modern dating is just so effing stupid.
Men before, like they either just moved to Boston or this hack works. You be the judge, follow for more.
PSA to all the women in New York, I found out where all the hot guys are. They're not in church, they're not in Whole Foods, they're running. They are literally in motion. Ever since I moved here, if I'm just walking around the city, every hot guy I've ever seen is always running by me. And as somebody who doesn't want to use the apps anymore, I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go run after him? Like, if you're a hot single guy in New York that's running, can you please tell me what I'm supposed to do if I think you're cute? She went to a running club and there were cute guys there, but they were
Again, all these women searching for the same small amount of men.
just too fast for me. So if you're a hot guy in New York that runs pretty often, can you please let a girl know like what to do to get your attention? Because I could run after you, but I might be too slow to catch up. Maybe I'll start training for a marathon.
Silence, you fool!
And sadly for most men, it doesn't matter how far and fast you run. Unless you are that guy, you become one of those guys, or get close to being one of those guys. Most men will never experience this side of women. Have a nice day.
I don't deal with that.